Guys, long time. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's been a while. Got a lot to catch up on. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? Who's happy today, man? Here we go. Let's let it drop. Sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. All right. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. It's been a while since I've done a live, and believe me, I miss you guys. Been a little under the weather, and been running a lot of stuff going on, also on baby watch, so that's been keeping me busy. But really excited to be here this morning, and kind of want to talk to you guys about something very interesting. I want to share a little bit of a story with you. My son is in flag football. Both my sons are in flag football, and they love it. They absolutely love it. This is their second season playing it, and, you know, we were on week 3. And that was the week where everything was gelling, right? The team had practiced. We played a couple games. Week 3, we were kind of ready to go. And, you know, things were going really well when we were playing a game. And we were playing actually one of the hardest teams in the division. And we were keeping up with them. I think at that point, 3 games in, we were 2-1. And the team was doing really good. And my son was, you know, really excited. He was playing really well. And, you know, at one point in the game, all of a sudden, as we start to get into that fourth quarter, the ref started to really get hard on the calls, if you will. Started, you know, calling offside, started calling false starts. Keep in mind they're 10 in this flag football league. So they started making the calls, and the kids were frustrated. They kept saying, oh, man, the ref's against us, the ref against us. And we ended up tying the game, which was great because this team was really difficult. They're actually the team we lost to. And that week when we were home, you know, my son kept saying, you know, every once in a while he'd be sitting there on the couch and doing homework, and he'd be saying, you know, oh, I can't wait for Saturday. He goes, man, last week the refs were really against us. You know, we were playing against the refs. And it was funny. Even the kids, they interview each other, and they're saying, yeah, man, those Patriots, you know, they get the refs on their side every time. My son kept saying the refs are against us. And you know, at one point I finally said to him, I said, Michael, you got to understand something. I said, the refs are not against you. The refs are not against you. The ref was doing his job. Now, that ref may have not been good at his job, but that ref was doing his job. So as a player, what you need to do is figure out one of two things. Number one, you need to figure out how do I learn and adapt my game so that I don't get called. So if you know he calls offsides or you know he calls false start, you got to adapt your game to that. I said, or you really got to be able to prove that he's making those bad calls and become a student of the game. I said, but the refs aren't against you. You don't win or lose or play well because the refs are making certain calls in the games. You have to adapt. And, you know, I'm really big in our house on not making those excuses and going after what you want and being able to do those things. And it was funny because then we went to week 4's game, and we were playing a team that was probably evenly matched at where we are, but about, you know, in the first half of the game, we were really just getting beat up. And halftime, you know, I'm on the sidelines as a parent watching. Halftime, the coach calls everyone over to the bench. And the coach says, man, we've got all these refs. And they're like, yeah, the refs are against us. He says, no, you guys are refereeing the game. He goes, we got that guy that's a ref, but he started, you know, pointing at the kids, you're a ref, you're a ref, you're a ref. You guys can't keep making the calls. And the coach said something really powerful to them. The coach said to them, you know, when we communicate and when we play with heart, that's when we win. And it was probably one of the best halftime speeches I heard because he didn't let the kids make the excuses of the ref. But he says, when we communicate and we play with heart, we win. And it really is such a powerful statement when you think about that, you know? When we communicate and when we play with heart, we win. And, you know, one of the things that I really love about that, and one of the things I love about that, if you look at the events that happened on Wednesday, on Valentine's Day here in South Florida, at Stoneman Douglas, with the mass shooting, it's terrible. And one of the things when these things happen in your home community, and one of these things when these things happen in your area, is that you hear from a lot of different people. What's it like? What's going on? You know, I was born and raised here in South Florida, grew up my entire life, but you know, in my career as an educator and entrepreneur, I've traveled 38 different states, worked in 6 different countries. I've been everywhere. And I always tell everybody that I love where I live. I love Pembroke Pines. It's the best place to live. It's the best place to raise a family. And it's one of the biggest small towns that you'll ever live in, I tell everyone. And it really, truly is. And I think when you see what's happened here and you see how the community's coming together and you see what they've done and you see people organizing and you see the rallies and you see what everyone's doing, it really is a sign to what makes South Florida different and one of the reasons why I love this community. But I also see another side of that, obviously, on social media and different things, the way we're communicating this, because does bring up a lot of feelings and issues and things of gun control and all that. But when you think about it and when you really step back, what's really going to win this thing is if we communicate and we play with heart. You know, I think if we start making these things, and believe me, one of the things I tell my client all the time is stay away from political issues on social media because it is very dividing. But I really do believe that if we communicate and we play with heart, that's how we're going to win. The Friday after the shooting at Stoneman Douglas, I was volunteering teaching the success course at West Broward High School, and going there and getting to sit to talk with the kids days after that happened was so eye-opening. And one of the things I said to the kids, and they were sharing a lot of their feelings, was that, listen, guys, this starts with you guys, though. You guys are on the forefront of this. You guys are the ones who are the voices. You guys are the ones who can make the change on how you treat each other, how we treat our peers, how we treat other students, how we interact, how we sort of engage one another, and more importantly, you guys know what's going on, right? Kids always know what's going on in their community. So I think it's really, really important that we remember kind of what my son's advice was in all this. It's just great life advice, right? How are we going to win these things? How are we going to grow as a people? How are we going to grow as a community? How do we heal? How do we get better when things aren't going well as we communicate and we play with heart? And I think if we do that and if we all interact that way, it makes these times a little bit more bearable and a little more easy to get through. And even for me, it's been a little bit difficult to say, you know, do I go live? Do I dance? Do I say something solemn? How do I come out? But you know what? I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to be honest because that's what I'm doing. And I really appreciate, like I said, everybody who's been tuning into these lives. Not doing them, I saw such an impact on my day and what's going on and all that. And I did want to grab one thing. I meant to get it before the video. I met a gentleman, I think I talked about this before, Jose, who wrote this book, and he is here. He's actually lives in Coral Springs. We met a couple weeks ago, and I did share a video of his, and if you like, I'll tag him in this as well. He's offering to speak to South Florida schools and speak to the kids and share with them his story. His story is amazing. If you don't have his book, Don't Let Your Struggles Become Your Standard. It really is an amazing book and an amazing story that Jose has, so definitely check that out. He's a public and motivational speaker. Great story, just great guy, great personality. So if you're in South Florida and you have a school and you're interested in having him come out and share with that, because I really think it starts with the kids and motivating them and doing that. So I really think that's important, guys. Really appreciate everybody tuning in this morning. Hope you guys have a great week. For some of you guys, this is your Monday. Not for me, man. I was in here yesterday hustling, but make it a great day, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everyone sharing their kind words. If you'd like to get in touch with Jose, like I said, I'll tag him in here so that you can reach out to him, and hope everybody makes it a great week. And remember what I said, guys. Communicate and play with heart. Love you guys. I'm going to dance out. Make it a great day, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Jeff, Ashley, appreciate the comment. Appreciate all you guys on Instagram as well. Make sure you guys like, comment, let me know that you're here. Share it if you want. Go ahead and share it. I love when people share the video. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you later.